Okay, so today we're going to talk about finding fractions on a number line, but also comparing them using number lines. So first, do you remember that if you're drawing your own number line, you need to make sure that the whole thing is equivalent. And so one thing that I do, one tip that I would give is to start out using the same line for your zeros to make sure that you're aligning your starting point. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and find our ending point and then call that our whole and then 0. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you see that I labeled my number line one on top and one on the bottom?
Yes.
Does it matter?
No.
No, we're not going to let that confuse us. We can see it at the top or at the bottom of a number line. All right, let's go ahead and somebody give me a fraction. I want a denominator of 4. Nolan.
4/8.
I want a denominator of 4.
2/4.
2/4, okay. So let's go ahead and label our number line. How many parts do I need? Not how many hash marks, remember? How many spaces do I need? Dean?
4.
4. Does that look about right?
Yes.
Okay, and where would 2/4 fit on my number line? Who's going to help me out with that? Alana? Here?
Yes. There.
Okay. I'm going to put it here, but I want you to think. Okay, let's go ahead and practice identifying our points again. Who's going to help me with that? Adam, help me out.
In the middle.
1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So I know that my denominator is 4. And then what would this one be?
1.
Maddox.
1/4.
1/4. What do y'all think? Should it be 1/4 or 2/4?
1/4.
1/4?
1/4.
1/4? Okay. Alana, what do you think?
I think it should be 1/4.
Okay, so let's go ahead and make it 1/4. And then what would this one be now, Alana?
2/4.
2/4. And then 3/4, and then 4/4. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can compare another fraction. Nina, can you give me a fraction, please, that we would want to put on this number line? How about 3/8? Okay,
That's good.
3/8. So Nina, can you help me put it on this number line? Can you help me label this number line and identify this point? What do I need to do?
So first you need to make the 8 points.
Okay, so do I need 8 hash marks or do I need 8 spaces? I need 8 spaces, so let's start in the middle since it's an even number and then make 1, 2, 3. Do you guys see that?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I'm actually going to count the hash marks just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you see that? You only need 7 to make 8 spaces, so make sure that you're not counting your marks and you're just counting the spaces. Okay, so I know that my denominator is going to be 8 because I have 8 spaces between 0 and 1. And now let's identify the points and then compare 3/8 to 3/4. Maddox, help me out. What would this one be?
1 8, 2
Okay.
8s, 3 8s, 4 8s, 5 8s, 6 8s, 7 8s, 8 8s.
Correct, which is
Whole.
1 whole. Okay. Now let's compare how far 3/8 is from 0 and how far 3/4 is from 0. I know that 3 and 3 are the same, but is that the same fraction?
No.
Are they equivalent because they have the same numerator?
No.
No, so let's look at it and see. So I'm comparing 3/4 with 3/8 using a number line. What's something I already know? If I didn't ask you to use a number line, what's something you can say about the denominator? Aaliyah.
The bigger the denominator, the smaller the piece.
The bigger the denominator, the smaller the piece. So I already know that these pieces must be smaller. So if I get 3 pieces that were broken into 8s, it's probably way smaller than if they were broken into 4s. So what symbol should I put there to compare these fractions? Nairi, what are you thinking? Is 3/4 or 3/8 greater?
3/4.
3/4. So go ahead and put that in a statement.
3/4 is greater than 3/8.
Yes, and you can prove that because 3/4 is right here, and look at where 3/8 is. I'm going to use another marker to compare. Look at how far this one goes. And this, guys, reminds me of the strip diagram. Do you see that this one is greater?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And this is how you compare using a number line.